Okay, so good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class. Today we are on the day number 5 and now we are going to be start or will be discuss. See, in any of the company, any of the industry, any of the area, any of the domain, even in our house as well, in our day-to-day life as well, we work and we play a role. Like when I get married, I become husband. When we have baby, I become father. So I have father as well, and I'm a husband as well, and I'm a son as well. So at different points, at a different time, I have different roles, right? And now in service now as well, we are going to be discuss that only, which is important to understand. And these are the role which are not the process specific. These are the roles which is required for each and every process, each and every module which we are going to be discuss or which are going to be use. Okay. Drop off. So the first and foremost important role is the end user. Means the user who uses the process at the end, or to whom we build the processes, to whom we build the module, to whom we build this complete I can say structure. He is called the end user. Like Apple is manufacturing the iPhones. For whom? For people like you and me, who are the end users, who are going to buy and going to be use that service. So we are the end users. End users and the customers and the consumers. These are the three different words, three different terms in ServiceNow domain. Okay, so when we talk from the IT perspective, like when we talk about the IT workflows, then we are talking about the end user. When we talk about the CSM perspective, then we use the word called the this thing, customer or consumer. Okay, now second important role is called the process owner. Don't get confused between process owner and the process manager. These are two different roles. Process owner is the one who makes sure, who take care the health of a process. What this mean? Let come back here and open this in the Google. Process owner definition. What this means specifically? Because maybe if I ask, okay, Ishwan, are you process owner? Or Anthony, are you process owner? Or Khaled, are you process owner? Maybe yes, maybe no. Because process owner and the process manager are the two different roles. So this is process owner is the person solely responsible for owning a process. His work, his or her work is to make sure he design an effective and efficient process. If I'm a process owner, I'm not much bothered that how you are using that process on the operational part. That is the work of the process manager. My work is to make a right process which is efficient, which is sufficient, and which can help you to increase or enhance your productivity to your processes, your business. This is what the term called the process owner. Okay, so don't get confused. So now you can see process owner and manager. Let me show you the ServiceNow difference. Number one, what is process? Is a repeatable structured series of steps designed to accomplish an outcome. That's fine. Now a process owner is the only person responsible for owning a process. If I say to run this training program, how to design, how to use this training program, how to build this training process, I am the process owner. I am responsible and I'm accountable. What do you mean by the word responsible and the accountable? Anyone? What is the meaning of the responsible and what is meaning of the accountable? Are they interchangeable? One, are they two standalone terms or are they interdependent or interconnected terms? What do you think, Anthony? What is responsible and what is accountable?
Atul, it is interdependent.
Okay.
It can be two different roles also.
But these are not the roles. No. Accountable and I'm talking about accountable and responsible. These are not the roles.
No, what I'm saying is this can be two different person also.
Two different person. Okay.
And it can be interdependable. Accountable
But
in the sense he is the sole owner for it.
what is
And
the meaning of the responsible and what is the meaning of the accountable?
responsible means, he can be a fulfiller.
नहीं
And
यार नहीं fulfill is the not the right word. No. What do you think, Venkat?
So,
Good.
okay. So according to me, accountable is something like if if I am running a process and something goes wrong or right, I am accountable for that. Like uh, uh, I am taking the responsibility of that thing that if this should go as per the plan.
Now again you're mixing responsible. You're saying I'm taking responsibility.
Okay, sorry. So accountability is something which is I take. Um, what do I say? I'm not finding the correct word.
Acha, I'll give one example. In a single process, for a single activity, or I'll say for in a single process, in a single activity, can two-person be accountable?
Yes, ideally it should.
No. Ishwar.
Atul, it can be only one person accountable always.
Yes. I'll come to a point, Ishwar, why. Okay. And this is a thumb rule of ITL. And this should be a thumb rule of our life as well. There are never two-person accountable for a single activity, single step. I'll give one example. Let's say we are running a school. Okay. And Ishwar is our trustee of that school. Or maybe let's say Ishwar is our trustee is a very big term. Ishwar is our principal of that school. Okay. Me, Venkat, Anuj, Khalida, Anthony take the students to the trip. Okay. We are responsible that all the day people or the students should spend a good time. They should get a food on time. They should get the transport on time. They should reach or they should leave this on time. They get back on time. But if something goes wrong in that trip, more than teacher, principal will be accountable to the public, not the teachers. So this is a thumb rule that never ever two-person can be accountable for single activity. At the last, what parents will say? Parents will never say that you teachers are responsible. No, they say principal is accountable for this particular step. So it is a thumb rule. And this was the question asked to me in the interview. So I remember this concept from that particular day, that never ever two-person can be accountable. I'll show you one thing. Let me show you the Rasi model. Model of incident, a simple one. Okay. C. Can you find out two-person accountable in a single one? I, R, C, 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 A. Only one A. Only one A. Only one A. Only one A. This is what the thumb rule. There is no idly. Nothing. Nothing is there. So he says that I am the process owner, I'm owning it. That yes, it's my responsibility to make it. But if anything defective in this process, then I'm accountable too. I can R and A both. But issue and me cannot be R and A both for this as a process owner. No. Either issue will be accountable, either I will be accountable. This is what the meaning of the process owner. And that is the reason we got confused. Oh, he's a process owner, he's a process manager. Process manager is the person who is accountable from the operational side. But in my team, I am following the incident management process or not? This is what the process manager work. Process owner who define the process at the bigger level. Like every employee need to be fill the timesheet. Okay, everybody know that is a very common thing. Who define this process is in the HR department. There's a team called the time and expenses. But who will make sure that every team should fill this is the team manager or the team lead of that particular team in a company. Then he becomes the process manager. People are filling the right code or not. People are using the right leaves or not in that particular part. Are they putting the right expenses or not? Is the expenses get approved by right way or not? Process manager follow the process owner guidelines. Ki bhaiya ye document, it's a document. Follow that. So if I come, process manager is the person end-to-end execution of the process and has operational control, daily activity. And this is the person who provide the improvements to the process owner. कि भैया ये नहीं है. Please, can you update this? Can you correct it? Or tell me that why you have this step. I'm not getting, my guys are not getting it. So this is what the process manager says. Let me share this document with you. It's a good one to read from the ServiceNow perspective. Okay. Now, if you come here, service owner. As I say, in the industry, we are selling everything as a service, right? Training as a service, Java as a service, deployment as a service, hiring as a service, onboarding as a service. So who is owning the complete life cycle? Like life cycle means our cricketers, when they're young, they clear all the selection process and then they come into the Team India. They play and finally they retired. This is what the service life cycle. It is in the pipeline that you get a job and then I get you retired. When people approach me, Atul, when your next batch is coming, it is in the pipeline. When execution start, it is in the life. Guys, I'm done with the trainings. No further batch. I'm getting retirement from this training work. Life cycle ended. This person is responsible for life cycle, that a service must go as per the steps. It is not like I thinking and I put into the life without thinking that how it can be done, how it cannot be done. Okay, and last is the fulfiller. This rule and this rule are mainly from the ITL perspective. Fulfiller means who create, resolve and update and work on the ITSM. When you call to the customer care of your network provider and you say, my internet is not working, they raise a ticket on behalf of you. They work on ticket. They update on your ticket. They will call you back on for your ticket update. Who are they? They are the fulfiller. And when I say fulfiller, I'm in the ServiceNow term, I'm saying it. This is a ITL rule. a license rule. It's a paid rule. Okay, so you work or you are able to move the records, create the records, resolve the records in the ITSM domain, then you are a fulfiller. Clear? Any doubt? Venkat, Anuj, Anthony, Khalida, Ishwar, doubt, question, clarification.
Can you show that slide?
No at all.
Okay.
No doubt.
Okay. Good. Now let's come to the very important slide. Foundation data. And now where we are as per the agenda, let have a linking on that part. So we done all these things. This one. Overview has been done. We have done this part. Now these rows I'm going to be discussed as per the process as well. Okay, now we are here. This is the foundation data. What is okay? Leave it. What is the data first? Tell me, what is the data?
It's a information.
What information?
A particular entity. It can be
Example.
Student data in the school, teachers data, right? Staffing data, employee staffing, something like that.
Okay. And what is the foundation data? What is the foundation data?
It can be a base data, basic information about somebody.
What base data?
Like,
See, my intention is that now we should speak as a consultant. You're sitting in front of a CT or the CXO or CFO or the high level or board of directors. You're giving a presentation to get this project. So now let's start using the accurate words. This is what the see. I'm not saying like discouraging you or pinpointing you, but this is what the intention of this training. Let's learn each and everybody experience. So Anthony, what is foundation data?
Basic data, like name, location, something like that. I may be wrong.
Okay, ठीक है. Ishwar, what do you think?
Yeah, it's a core data where it's a data which starting in a building something, which in going forward, it also has a relationship with upcoming data. So it's a core data, where we are starting something as a data. That's what I see, and it will have a relationship here.
Got it. Khalida. What is foundation
Yeah,
data?
I think information that define your something like company data and any types of data. It's called foundation data, like name and all.
Good. Anuj.
Maybe.
Good. Let's get everybody's input. Anuj.
According to me, the foundation data is like the data which we are working, like we are suppose example, like we are working on these school data on the students, and the foundation of that data is the student ID. That kind of I find that is the foundation of that data, that according to that we
Venkat.
can find the student information.
Got it. Venkat. What is foundation data?
Yeah, sure. So foundation data is the like necessary data that is required for the process, like all the requirement data that should be like needed for the service now process.
Okay. Only for service now processes?
No, it see not just for service now, for any project, any development, whatever is required.
Only for
That
development.
Uh, I'm not sure, Atul. But foundational data is the base data that we have for like, before we proceed for any requirement gathering. That is the foundation data that we have. Yeah.
So now 5 people, 5 different opinions. Anthony says a basic information. Khalda says again a basic information. Ishwar says is a core data. Venkat say a base data for development. Anu says to build the processes we need some data. Good. But the point is that we can say it can be a base data. We can say it can be core data. But one thing, did I ask to answer only in the ServiceNow context? No.
No.
Right? So this is
No,
this is
yeah.
my and this is my another point. Remember on the day when we discussed BACCM, change, solution, stakeholder, and the context. So base data, sorry, not the base data, foundation data is the you can say is the core data, is the base data which help you to define your processes. Now let's understand why. What is this? Gender,
Gender.
right? Now let's say I'm building a form, school admission in ServiceNow. Okay. I put name, I put surname, and I put qualification. And under qualification, I says male or female. Now what you will say? Atul, are you mad? Right? Qualification should be 10th or +2 or graduate or postgraduate or doctor. Or this is the right qualification, male or female? Definitely no. So this is what the power of the foundation data. Foundation data tell you that what a user is going to be enter, what a user going to be select, so that I can see that where or how I can define my process. If I come in the ServiceNow area, now let me come back here. This is very important things to be understand. Why I added this one? Because this question was asked to me in one of the interview approximately 5 years back. Now let me come here. Incident. Okay. Now if I'm creating an incident, let's say Ishwar or Anuj or Khalda is creating an incident. Is this important for you? That under which category? I have software issue, or I have a hardware issue, I have a network issue, or I have a database issue, right?
Yeah.
Or you will say, no, under category, I'm a male or female. No, that's not required for the incident to be no. That is required for the user table to be no, that you are either male or female. So this is what the foundation data. Who is raising the incident? These names are the foundation data. So foundation data help us to build our processes. It play a very key role in the system. About your question, Venkat, I say it's for development. I want to buy a house. What is the foundation data for me before I buy a house? Number of windows, number of doors, ventilation, power supplies, water taps, gas connections, plugs, switches are my foundation data. Because without this, I cannot survive in the house. I can survive in the house without bed. That's fine. We can sleep on the floor. But can I survive without the pipelines or the gas pipelines or the electricity pipelines or the water pipelines? No, I cannot survive. This is what the term foundation data come in the picture. Being a consultant, my first question to my customer, I need your foundation data to be understand. How many departments you have, how many user base you have, how many roles you have, how many locations you have, how many groups you have, how many group roles you have, how many company you have, how many CIS you have. Because these will help me to understand that how I should store this data. In a company, 100 of people are working, 1,000 of people are working. It is not possible that I should create a drop down like this. Better I should create a reference field like this. This is the importance of the foundation data. Now I'll put one more point here. What is the transactional data? Ishwar, what is the transactional data?
Transactional data, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
What is transactional data? You can go ahead, no problem.
Sure.
Anybody can start. Good, sure.
Yeah, the data which has, it change on a patterns on a every certain timeline as per the frequency, or it may be constant, or it may have some limited life, and it is associated with the foundation data to drive some KPIs and KRA and to
Ishwar, I'm not zero in this fancy English words. Give me a layman definition, yeah.
I would say it's a transaction data means it's a kind of data which change and patterns on a timely basis, and it define as a frequency. It publish, and it is associate or part of, or it associate with the foundation data. Yeah.
I would agree, like with Ishwar. What I believe transactional data is the data that occurs on any change of events, and it can be like changed, like during the transaction. For example, like date, time, and like certain values that change over like any transaction or event or any activity.
Atul, data that gets created when we do a transaction. For example, we transfer the money and there is a transaction ID that gets created with the reference, something like that. Or you deposit the money, or you.
Khalida. Batao.
Maybe transactional data includes all details related to exchange transaction. Maybe I don't know.
Anuj.
Sorry, Tul, I am out of the views about this, but still I will try.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like according to the name, that transactional something, as Khalida said that we are exchanging, and with the time, and well, while we are exchanging, each exchange, we are getting some information on the date and time, something like that, and uh, which is giving specific information at that time it was exchanged or something has happened, that transaction kind of.
Okay. Okay. Anthony, I come to you now. You are a transformation or the transition manager, right?
Yes, Atul.
Right. So whenever you do the transition, you ask your customer that how many incidents you have on the daily basis, on the monthly basis, on the weekly basis,
Yes,
right?
we get the historical data of tickets.
Correct. And if it is more than you heard or you worked, what you do?
So
Let's say customer is moving from X tool to Y tool. Okay. Customer says, hey, Anthony, I would like to go for the transition, but by the time I will have almost 2000 incident record open. What will happen to that? What will you answer?
So normally in the statement, we have an agreement, like whether how much data can be transferred from the X tool to Y tool.
Wait,
And
wait. This data is called the transactional data,
okay,
which generate on day-to-day basis by using the business. And we're talking about this transactional data. So if a record get generated by using the foundation data, it's called the transactional data. Incident record, change record, problem record, request record, knowledge records. These are the transactional data. Let me show you this. This all 42 records are nothing. These are the transactional data. But this is my foundation data. Foundation data not changed very easily. Transactional data change every day, every time. Maybe Ishwar is raising an incident on the category, or sorry, on the hardware. Anil is raising an incident on the software. Kala raising on the network. I'm raising for the inquiry, and Anthony raising for the database. This is what the transactional data. Now come to your point. ServiceNow did not recommend to move the transactional data from X tool to the ServiceNow when you're doing the migration of the transformation or the transition part. It is not that much easy. Maybe you say, Atul, what to do? Copy the content and copy the things and paste it. No, it's not like that. It's not like that. So this is what the fundamental we want to be discussed, that what is foundation data and what is the transactional data to be understand. When as I say that it was the question asked to me, Atul, to make a project successful, what you will do as a consultant, what you is responsibility, what you think. In the reply, I answer that I'll make sure that process should be defined very clearly, should be taken the input from the different stakeholders, efficient processes as per the ITL and all. That person again come back to the same question. No, Atul, I'm looking for something before these processes get started. And I was that point of time, I was never heard that there is some concept called the foundation data as well. So I was not able to answer that guy. But after that, I asked that, OK, what is the answer for this question? Then he says me that foundation data is a base for any of the process you want to build it. This for this training, this agenda is a foundation data. It not gets changed very easily. Maybe in the first batch I use this, in the second batch I'm using this, maybe in the third batch I improve it. You guys are the transactional data. Today I have Anuj, maybe in the next batch I have someone else. On the next batch I have someone else. Your experiences, the people who are joining, their qualification, their background, their status, their living, their job, their anything can get changed in the next batch. But entity agenda is always be same. This is what the foundation data says here. Now the question come, when we start implementation of any process, we need to be understand the foundation data, because we need to bring that data in ServiceNow. Now start thinking from the consultant perspective, from a 360-degree angle. Me and Anuj are working in a team. Venkat, Anthony, Khalda, and Ishwar running a company. The 4 people are a part of one company. They approach us. Hey, Atul, can you implement ServiceNow for me, for us? Yes, why not? The first question I'll say, OK, give me your foundation data. Give me your user data. Give me your group data. Because if you want to, OK, or if I change a little example, when you buy a new phone, will you get all your contacts automatically in the phone? Definitely no. Until unless you switch on the phone, you insert the SIM, you or not insert the SIM, You put your email ID, it connected, and then it get updated everything. So there must be a way that I have to bring that foundation data in service now. Data need to be bring in service now. And how the data come in service now. Okay, we can get a data in service now, and specifically I'm talking, when I say data, I'm in this context, I'm talking about the foundation data. Don't get confused about the transactional data. I'm not talking about that. So we can get the data from the Active Directory. We can get the data in service now with the from the HR system, with the integration, with the Excel sheets. You can create it manually, or some legacy system you can use. नहीं ये तो गलत बात है. It's very wrong. You know service now, so you are saying, let's see how we can set up this. Now we are so smart. If anybody of us buy an iPhone, we never open that booklet, that hand a manual. How many times you read the manual of any of the electric product you buy? I can guarantee you not a single time. Either you buy a product of lakhs or either you buy a product of thousands. Right? Maybe someone buy a new car. Even we do not open that manual. We keep it manual on the side because that is required only for the first 3 or 4 free services. That is a voucher. But ServiceNow say, if you are new in ServiceNow and you are implementing ServiceNow for one of your customer and you don't know that how to build the things in ServiceNow, how to get the things in ServiceNow, I'm giving you a concept called the foundation data guided setup. So now we are coming here. Guided setup. And we are looking for the guided setup for the foundation data. Scroll down. Arey, kahan gaya? Guided setup. Where are you, App Engine? Arey. Sorry, it's not guided setup. It is ITSM guided setup. This one. That now as I say that me and Anuj are the partners or implementers. You 4 guys are the core company to whom for whom we are working. So you are our client. Now we get your data. We're setting up your instance, and ServiceNow say you can use this ITSM guided setup. This ITSM guided setup, a step-by-step execution of the basic process. Like if you install any software, I'm saying that we human beings are so smart or so over smart. Earlier, what happened? If we need to be installing any software, what we do? We put the CD or the exe file gets started. Next. Okay, done. We never read what is we mentioning it. Only next. It's done. This is what it is here. I'm not sure that what to do in the step number 1. Okay, no problem. Come here and get started. ServiceNow say if you want to implement ITSM for your customer, you have to do these many steps. See, complete big list, complete. If you buy a new phone, what is the first step? Insert the SIM. Second step, add your email ID. Third step, update the phone. Fourth step, install your apps. Fifth step, set up the backup. Sixth step, phone lock unlock, face ID or the sensor. Sensor or the pin code or the pattern. Seventh step, take a cover on the screen guard. Eighth step, charge it. This is what the step-by-step execution. But again, as I say, we are so smart. Get the phone, open the box, throw the box, throw the booklet, inject the pin, SIM, done. All done. Now all day, all nights, I'm just setting my phone because we know everything what to do. So this is what it say. If you want to start your ITSM implementation, you have to be set up the company first. And you can see it is skip. It is not necessary that you have to be do this work or you have to be do this step. I am on my PDI. This is personal development instance. Now what I want to you guys, I want each one of you get your own ServiceNow instance. If you want, I can share a video that how to get a ServiceNow PDI. Why? Because once the setup done in my instance, you cannot reset up it. So better take your own instance and do a setup by your own so that you learn this thing. I know this is very, very, very basic. Maybe for the people in the market is basic, but not for us. This is a core agenda for us to be understand. So startup means now I know that company can be set up from here. I know the company can be set up from here. So let's say get started. So in this, they are saying you have to do two things: system configuration and welcome page. Get started. OK, what to do? Company transform the service instance by configuring company name, logo. All these things you can change it. OK, configure. It will take me to the right place where to do what to do. I want to be do incident management. I want to do learn and grow. Tab. LNG. You want to change this image? You can change it. Up to you. If you want, you can change it. Right? So where I'll go this, I'll go this, I'll go this. This one. OK. You want to change time zones, date, time format, header background. See the beautiful. And this is not the part of ITSM. This configuration. No, this is I share in the admin badge. So now that's what I'm saying, that this is your homework. Getting your own instance and configuring it. So do this. Few changes you can do, color and all the things you can do, and click on the save. My first step is completed. अरे कहाँ गया इसका बैक का ऑप्शन नहीं है क्या? नहीं. Let me go here. ITSM candidate setup. It should have some back option as well if I'm coming from there. So it's loading now. OK, so we are here, get started. And we are here on the get started this. Once it's configured, mark it as a complete. That was this step has been done. Now the welcome page. Login page, which we see. In this, you can set up the SSO and images if you want. Click on the configure. So these are the pages. You can do the changes only if you know that how to do these changes. Something you can do or something your developer can do. But mainly on what I can say, the moreover, it's your responsibility because you are admin here. This is what the admin work. So it says there are 3 pages, welcome section, about, using and more information. Let's say what it's saying about. So it's coming like this. This is what it's come. You know where it is written? Let me show you. Let me log in this instance here in the another window to show this. See, it is not showing here. But because the reason being, we are using the Polaris theme here. We are on the next experience. Okay, so these changes are not getting reflected. This change is not getting reflected because we are on the latest theme. We change the image, it's not be appearing. Right, but if I change this thing, let me show you these things as well. And let's say I add one more word in the last, just to be show you that we have made some changes, and save it. What I'm going to be do, I'm going to be do here sys underscore properties dot list, and I have to be see the Polaris theme to be disabled. This is all about experience, guys, and I'm telling you because now every customer is using the latest version of ServiceNow. Almost customer using the latest version of ServiceNow, and in the latest version, ServiceNow is not giving the UI 15, UI 16. They're giving as a default the Polaris. Polaris 16. See anything here? Polaris themes enabled. Let me change it to the false. Now let's come here and try to reload this. Hope it should be get changed. Okay, I need to be log out from here and we'll see. No, here it's not getting changed, or I have to make one more. Oh, sorry. And this is my password. No, maybe this or some other property need to be changed, but if you change, you will not get this thing. It means we change something wrong property. The actual property is something different if I'm not wrong. This .list. Dark theme, instance color. Where is our Polaris theme? It is false only. Maybe it takes some time to be get reflected. But this theme will change the complete interface for us. Okay, so now let's come back on our agenda. Otherwise, I missed out. ITSM credit setup. Okay, so in the second step, what you can say that okay, I want to be configure the welcome page, and I configured it. Okay, so let's click here. Let's say we change our message and we're marking this as a complete. If you want to add some notes, you can add it as well. So my first step of the guided has been completed. Now come to the second. Second is a connectivity. Connectivity means I want to connect it for the email processing, for the LDAP, for the SSO. Like email properties, what is the email ID should be there? What is the email accounts? So this thing come under the email section. So if you click here on the configure, it will take you the email properties like this. So you can define yes or no. All the things we have to be take care here. This is mainly a purely a admin job. If I speak, when people ask me, Atul, as an admin, what I do, this is what the admin work here. So no, I don't want this. I can say skip. I don't want to be, because I don't have any LDAP connection. I don't have any email connection or an email server with me. So I can mark as a skip. Now on the third, and better to go step by step. Connectivity done, come here. It says foundation data, core area, get started. This thing I want you guys to be do in your PDIs. Okay, let me do one thing. This is creating a problem. Top left. No, it's fine. Okay, this. So in this, it says that these 7 things are the main foundation table. Your department. Now you're new to the service now. You don't know that what is the department table name. But I want you guys, when you're setting up this instance or your instance, please go to the table names as well. No exception on that, but at least being an admin, you should or we should know the minimum these table name, these table name, department, user, group, role, location, choices, then I can say group member, companies. These you should minimum know, guys. No exception in that. No exception. So the first is department. Me and Anuj ask, okay, Ishwar and Kaza, can you provide us the department details? Hatul, we have a department HR, we have a department finance, we have a department called legal, we have a department called IT. Acha, only these things. Atul. Anuj is my consultant. Anuj says, come on guys, tell me who's the department head? Acha, for HR, we have Venkat as a head. For IT, Ishwar is a head. For finance, Khalda is a head. Acha, only these two information is enough for you. No, I need little bit more. Because I'm getting the foundation data. Tomorrow you will tell me, or tomorrow you will ask me a report. Can I get all the departments located in different areas or department head names? So this information I need it from you so that I can put into the service now. Very basic and very simple example. And this is my personal experience. I know that I put a lot of posts on the LinkedIn and WhatsApp as well. People approach me. Atul, we need to be talked to you. We need your guidance. We need your time for the discussion. And sometime I say, okay, give me your number. I'll save it. Now I got a ping from one person. His name is Anuj. And I already have Anuj number. Anuj as one of the contact in my phone. Then I'll say, okay, can you give me your full name? Let's say he also say my name is Anuj Kumar. I already have Anuj Kumar number. Hey, can you give me your maybe company name or maybe your location or your country? So now I start saving the number with these names. If I found two-person name with the same two-person with the same name, either I put the country, either I put their company name. So like I save Anuj number, Anuj, Canada, Ishwar Patil, Pune, Khalida, Amber, Sarfaraz, Anthony, Deepak, Ronald's friends. So that I remember that how these connections get built up for me. So in this case, what we'll do? You can click on the configure. One important point. The screen which you're able to see, this is called the transform map, import set tables. Being a ITSM implementation, you need to be understand the admin part, and these things we get covered in the admin. So I'm not going to be teach anything on that front because this is not the agenda of this training. The agenda is that how to tell you that how you can bring the data in service now. So you have to be, you can create or you can bring the data from the Excel sheet. Okay, one part. So they are recommending in this transform map because definitely that in a single company departments can be more than 100. Now Anuj says or Khalda says, Atul and Anuj, in my company I have 200 departments. Anuj says, okay, give me in the Excel sheet. Anuj got in the Excel sheet. Now Anuj is putting his head on the wall. Atul, come on, kya kaam diya hai? Do I need to be go and manually create these departments? That's totally up to you. But ServiceNow recommend to use the transform map. And you do notice that need to be done by the system admin. This is need to be done by the system admin. Means you should know that how to get the transform map, how to get the data. Only one thing which I want to be help you here, how to get this data or how to get the data in the format. What we can do, let me go here and open the cmn_department. List. Oh, it's CMN, not CMND. And believe me, guys, it will take time for everybody to get familiar with the table name. So how I pick up? I pick up this table name from here. What ServiceNow says? ServiceNow says if you want to get a data from your customer, foundation data from your customer, better use a standard column name which is provided by me. So what you can do? I need minimum this information to create the department. I need the name. I need the ID. ID, you can ask if they have ID in their system. You can see the primary contact, department head, description. What you can do? Right click, import, and click on the create Excel template. Nothing to be do. Download. This is Anuj work to share this Excel sheet with Khalda and Ishwar because they are the department leads. And what Anuj will say, hello Khalda and Ishwar, can you provide me the detail in this format? Now Khalda says, Anuj, tell me the minimum field you need because maybe in the department I have just 8 fields, but in the user table I have the 50 fields. So Anuj says I need business unit, okay. Oh, let me do. Anu says I need business unit. Why it's not getting colored here? Maybe they have blocked it. I need company name. I need a cost center because tomorrow you all will ask me. Give me the all department who are the same cost center. I need a department head. I need a description. I need a name and a primary contact. These many information I need. Please send me the data in this format only so that I can upload this data in ServiceNow. The first thing. Same goes for the location. Location table is cmn underscore location table. What we can do? यहाँ जाते हैं. Okay, I have to be open it again. cmn underscore location dot list. क्या हो गया ये? This one. Now maybe you have a question. Atul, come on, yaar, you are expert, so you are showing directly the tables because this is what the guided setup says. Do you have a capacity to create these department manually, 100 departments manually? If yes, I have no issue. Go here. Departments, right? You can see the departments. Open it. Click new. Lag jao. Start entering name. LNG department. ID. LNG 123. Department head. Able tutor. Primary contact. अच्छा इसमें primary contact is like someone name Abraham Lincoln and submit.
Actually, I have one doubt.
Good.
Yeah, so these kind of like setups are all majorly done by the admin. Is that correct?
Yes.
So if this could be a requirement, we would be collecting it from the client
Definitely.
and passing the same information to admin or the developer.
Yes. Mainly admin,
All right.
not a developer. Mainly admin.
All right. Sure. So for this, like, so we need to understand what are the fields that are required for creating a department, and then like basically collect the information based on that.
Right.
All right. Thank you.
Ishwar, go ahead. Okay, let me come. So we can do this work here as well. But चलो डिपार्टमेंट कितने होंगे मैक्सिमम 10 20 30 40 डिपार्टमेंट्स होंगे स्टिल यू कैन गेट मैनुअली बट कैन यू क्रिएट द लोकेशंस मैनुअली इन a location? Let me show you. These many fields you have to put. Company like Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, Capgemini, Cognizant, Citibank, HSBC Bank, Deutsche Bank, or some other companies you can pick up. Any company you can pick up. They have hundreds of 200 of locations. Can you create this manually? Not possible at all. So we have to get the data in the Excel sheet only. Same format we will use here. Down, come here, import, create Excel template, download. Let me load. Yep. Now you will see that why I'm saying that these templates are important. Come here. See 28 fields. You can highlight it in the color that this is important or this is mandatory. Without this, you cannot get the record. So you can get the data. Now Anuj can say, okay, Anthony, can you get this data for me? Because it is important. If you don't provide the data, nothing will be get created properly. Or you say, okay, no, do one thing, just put the city and put the maybe location type, put the region or the country. I'm okay with that. Okay, I'll put it. Give me just name only. I'll put the name. That's fine for me because it's your data. Tomorrow you will not able to build your process completely because your data is incomplete.
So, Atul, so ideally these, so can you explain like who will be collecting this data from whom?
I am a ServiceNow consultant. My responsibility to share this Excel sheet with the customer. Now in the customer, we have different teams that, okay, this team is responsible for data. And I'll share this Excel sheet to them and say, guys, can you give me the data in this format? They may have a question. Can you explain this Excel format to us? We are good to go. We can help them to understand. Because ultimately, these are the base. These are the foundation data.
Yeah, but Atul, I have a question on this. Two questions basically. Why we are considering the foundation data as like a department head or department or the employee names, right? Maybe it is a transitional, right? If somebody left the organization, then what will happen? It will going to rewrite automatically. This is the first question. Second, if customer said, boss, why we want to import the data in the Excel template which is provided by ServiceNow and uploading them, why we can't leverage the other tool set like M365 or Active Directory, right, which has a ready-made data?
Very nice, Ishwar, very nice. Let me answer the second question first. Okay. Number one, you are a new company who are going to be going to be use ServiceNow. Okay. To do the information with the question you put, can we do the integration with O65 or AD kind of things? Definitely we can do. But to do that part as well, we need to build the APIs. We need to build the connections. It is well saying in ServiceNow world. The question which you put is not on the crawling. This is on the running side. We are in the crawling phase. Let's go step by step. Maybe for user data, as of now, we can bring the data. First time load will be Excel based. Once we get go live, then we start building the integration of these two, SAP and ServiceNow, AD and ServiceNow, O65 and ServiceNow. Okay, that is the first point. Because for you it is easy to say, cannot we do the integration? For me, yes, We can do integration. Give me your team, give me your URLs, endpoints, let's sit up together and we can build an integration. But think from a customer perspective. Do you have that much capacity on the day one to implement the integration where you are not aware that what is ServiceNow completely? We renovate our house, we enhance our house on the timely basis. Not on the day one when I get a house. No, let's put AC, let's put everything in a one go. That's not a possible case. Let's stay here. Let's see that how much heat is there, how much things we have to be updated there. So that is your point, Ishwar. Now the first question, that department or the user are the transactional data. No, they are not the transactional data, because changing of that data of a particular record is very less, right? So and foundation means they are the one who decide that how the process should flow. That is, it's a foundation data. If you don't have a foundation data in your system, nobody is able to raise the incident. Whose name you will put in the collar? Collar never get changed. So for the next 30 days, you are my foundation data. In the system, in the Excel sheet, I saved your name, right? If you see here, you are my foundation data. Because today Anthony is joining, tomorrow also Anthony will join. Not Anthony's friend will join. Today Khalda is joining, tomorrow also Khalda, she will join, not anybody else will join. So if anybody leave the company, then there's a voting process there to do that part. That is also part of, I can say, part of the transition of the transformation part journey. You have to be off-board process as well. That how I can going to be off-board. If Microsoft says tomorrow, hey guys, I am supporting the support for the all Microsoft product from in the next 2 days, will you be happy? No, because to offboard anything, they need a process. The same thing happen here. To offboard any service, to offboard any, so let's say if tomorrow you resign from a company and it is your last working day, do you think they close everything on a day one or the other day you leave? No, they just deactivate your profile in the background so that you should not able to log in. Nothing else they do. Nothing else will happen in the background immediately. Things happen. The day time passes, your financials or the FNF get ready, and then they start closing your account properly. Remove this access, remove this access, remove this access, remove this access. But on the prime day, on the last working day, they just deactivate or they just logged out your account so that you should not be able to log in from any of the system. And again, automation is there on that particular part as well.
This small question, I'm sorry, I'm asking.
Go ahead.
So in starting, we are configuring a SOS, right?
Right. No, not SSO.
SSO. Sorry. When now we are arranging a data in Excel template and going to upload, right? So it should be speak, right? Because when new user or any user want to log in, it should be speak, right? What is I have uploaded as a manual data and what is SOS, what's
SSO,
right? So it should be speak. Then only user would be able to log in, right?
See, I can understand your point, Ishwar, but you also need to be understand from the customer perspective. And why I'm saying customer perspective, because not every customer is so much mature on the day one that they start that, okay, let's do SSO as well. Let's do all integration in a same going as well. Customer says, no, on the day one, let's load the data manually and in the background, start working on the SSO part as well. So that tomorrow if someone go or someone leave, I just disconnect the SSO and he or she not able to log into the system. It's a maturity journey actually.
Okay.
Things can be doable, definitely. Like, because you are in the 17 years in the industry now. So you are able to speak these concepts or the terms because you learn from the 17 years. But now if I put on your place, if I put Khalada, I put Anuj, Maybe Anuj or Khalda cannot think up to that level on the day one, because for them the need is that I need a service now to be implemented in the 1 month with these data should be there. This is what the customer journey, customer differences are there.
Atul, one more thing, when
Sure.
we collect this data, we normally take a sign off with the customer telling that this is
Yes.
the actual data. So for that reason also we can use Excel, right? Initially.
Yes, 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 you can say. This is not my responsibility as a consultant. If I am getting a data from the customer, I simply raise this as a risk every time. If you give me the garbage data, the same data will going. See, cleaning the data, refining the data is not my responsibility. It's customer responsibility. And I'm sure, Anthony, you have this experience a lot of time. Because when you ask to the customer, hey, can you provide me this data? Customer say, yes, I'm using in the remedy or I'm using X tool. I'll give you the dump from there. Please upload it. But if I'm a consultant, I'll say, guys, please refine your data. Please do little data massaging. Please do data little cleaning, because maybe you're using the old data from the last 30 years. Many records are not still, or many persons still not exist in your company, but you still have a data for them. Do you want to move that data in the service now as a fresh record? Then it binds to the customer to be think on that perspective, because the fundamental rule, garbage in, garbage out, shit in, shit out. And I implemented a lot of projects with customer on that particular part. I simply say data cleaning, data massaging, data refinement is your responsibility. I need just data in this format so that I can upload it, because I don't know business. If tomorrow I say Ishwar, or Ishwar say, Atul, can you renovate my house? I cannot do the renovation unless I ask Ishwar, hey, can you remove these things from your room so that I can start renovating on that particular part? Because that is not my job. You are staying in your house, you know that in which cupboard, in which boxes, what you have kept it. For me, everything is like a valuable. Maybe a small piece which is put in the garbage bin. It's important for me, but for you, it's not to be important. So these things are very clearly going to be discussed. And this is what the fundamental of this particular course. Implementation, not the development, not the technical discussions, only the implementation, how to do. Clear, everybody?
Yes.
Okay, good. So now what you have to be do? Number one, everybody need to be get the PDI, personal development instance. I can share a video with you that how to get a PDI. Get a PDI, or just simply what you have to do, go here in the developer.servicenow.com. Okay, create your account with the sign in. I already have a sign in account with me, so let's see if it is allowed me or I have to be logged in again. Okay, let me do. I'll show you quickly. And I'll come here. Okay, so once you go there, you will get an option here. Go to this particular your name. Okay, and you will get an option here, request instance. Then you can, because I already have an instance with me, so you can request instance, and if possible, take on the Vancouver release only. Okay, after 5-7 minutes, you will get your instance, and then you will get a username and the password as well. Username is admin, password you will get it. And then you can start using this for the next 3 days, because Monday we have off. I know it's a festival season, but if you can get a time, at least go to this guided setup. Don't set up anything if you don't want, but read each and every step. Each and every step you have to be read it. Total these many steps. So like these, then go to the CMDB, then go to the incident management, what they're saying to be doing the incident management, what they're saying to image incident management. Even though, okay, you can leave this part. Do up to this part only, foundation data, because this is we're going to discuss on Monday, CMDB part. Read about this, all these things. Open this. Read the line by line that what they are saying to us. Then you will understand that what have to be do. Unlock this, unlock this. So multiple things are there. Okay, and what I was telling yesterday, yes, now create that you have to do over the holiday.
Atul,
Good.
sorry. All the parts that are locked in the developer instance.
No,
I,
this one you're saying, right?
yeah. Oh, okay. Once I clear the
So
step one.
yes. So once you clear that, then it will be open.
Okay. Okay.
And if you stuck that how to do this part, you can refer my previous videos on the batch 12 that how the transform map or the import set table work. Then learn that, do this part, learn that and do this part. That is the main reason I recommend everybody before coming for the ITSM training need to be complete the admin training so that you know that what we are going to be doing this part. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Chalo. Any other question and doubt before I stop the recording and take a quick attendance? Okay, good. Let me stop the recording here.